This post right now is going viral on LinkedIn for a very specific reason. It captures the nightmare that's quietly happening across a variety of industries. The moment employees realize they've been training the systems that are about to replace them. Let's go. Okay, so what is happening in this post? Well, this post is posted by Rick, and this is a real post on LinkedIn. You can find it. He is a former member of Apple's radio team, and he spent years training a tool that's supposed to eliminate repetitive work. But what it actually ended up doing is it ended up replacing him. And basically he says, every week you spend training this tool, that's a week you are investing in ultimately replacing yourself. Now this post is resonating with people because people are realizing across the entire globe that this is happening to them. Some people are working with AI and they're realizing, I'm not just eliminating work, what I'm doing is I'm helping my organization realize I can be replaced. They don't need as many of us. And that's why right now, this post struck a nerve. Now the big picture here is that companies are doing this everywhere. I was doing a little bit of research online and I found numerous articles in which they were basically talking about this happening in a variety of industries, disrupting them. I even found one article called The Jobpocalypse, where companies who would normally be posting jobs are skipping that and they're using AI to replace some of the workers. Companies have always tried to do more with less. That's just a fact of life. If a company can pay less to do something, or they can have a person do more than one person's job, they're going to do it. But the reality is, up until this time, it had never been so easy to replace white-collar jobs with a tool. You know, you think about when people started to use machines in assembly, that was a really big deal. Well, this is the same thing, except now it's happening to people in white-collar jobs, and it is causing a lot of fear, a lot of concern, and a lot of people right now, whether they know it or not, they are training their AI replacement. Now, I want to talk about why this is dangerous. Now, the first thing that you're going to see is you're going to see the message that the companies are using this because they want to make our lives easier. But if you really pay attention and you look at where this has happened, and it's happened in a variety of industries, there's essentially 3 stages. 1, this tool is going to help you. It's going to make your life easier. It's going to eliminate repetitive tasks. Stage 2, you are going to supervise this tool as it does the work that you used to. So it's like, look, we still need you. We need you to supervise the tool as this goes. You know, as it goes forward, as it operates, as it does what your job was, we need you to supervise it. Step 3, you are no longer needed. The reality is these tools learn very quickly. And it's not going to take long for a tool that is constantly learning to be able to do the job you're doing. So if you are training a tool right now, or you are supervising a tool right now, just understand what phase 3 might bring. Now, some of you are watching this right now and you're probably thinking, well, Ben, how do I tell if my job is going to be replaced with AI? And there are actually 3 specific things that you need to watch for. If you watch for these 3 things, you should be able to predict whether or not your job is actually in danger. Now, the first thing I want you to watch for is 30 to 40% or more of your job currently routinely being done by AI. That's the first big warning. If you're doing your job and you realize now that almost half of what you used to solely be responsible for is now being done by AI, that is a huge concern. Now, the second big concern, your company is tracking how much time you are interacting with AI. This is a big one, and a lot of people don't think about it. I think the first one is fairly simple. The second one, less so. But think about it. If your company is monitoring how much usage is happening with AI, monitoring your interaction, and trying to get an idea of like, okay, what is happening here? How much are they using the tool? How much are they leaning into the tool? And most importantly, in what direction is it trending? Less usage, more usage? That is the second big warning sign. Now, the third and final warning sign that you have to be aware of. Are you spending more time working with the system, correcting the system, than creating or doing whatever the actual output was? Think about it. If you used to do 100% of your job, right? And now you have AI doing 40% of your job, and your company is tracking how much interaction you have with AI. And then when you look at how you're spending your day, if you're spending more time correcting the tool And that tool has a feedback loop. Now it's not making the same mistakes, and then you're correcting it in a different way. You're correcting it in a different way. What you're doing is you're essentially sharpening the tool that will ultimately replace you. Now, I want to end with a quote here that Rick had in his post. The quote is, "I was part of the team that proved AI works. That's why Apple let us go." This is his reality, but it's also the reality for a lot of people out there. And if this is you, if you listen to those 3 different warning signs that I gave you, and that's you, what I think you should probably do is you should probably consider, is this something that could happen to me? Is this something that is going to be very common in my chosen field? And then you need to look at the way forward. Do I need to transition into different work? Do I need to look for other employment? And that's what I would take into consideration, and it's what I'd consider, when you ponder, how at risk are you? Now, if you do determine you want to move forward and you want to go find another job, then my recommendation is you watch this video here. This video here is how recruiters identify great candidates. It is a powerful way to understand how interviewing works, how the system works, so you can master it. So I'm done here. I'll see you over there.